Happy birthday! It's John's birthday. Happy birthday, John.
Hey, thanks.
What is it? What are you 45 now?
69.
Got him.
Yep.
Welcome to Take It or Break It. Sports takes, talk show, your dreams, your nightmares. My host, Corbin Smith. Here with John Wilmes. Sup, Jay? Sup, J Doubles?
Nothing, man. Just
You
watching
got any
crazy,
big plans? You got any big plans tonight? What's going on?
No, not really. I don't like to have plans.
In general or on your
Like-
birthday?
In general, and so if it's my birthday, then I'm going to default toward, not having plans.
I usually use the occasion to trick somebody into getting me dinner.
Well, I'm sure that people will buy me things. I'm not worried about that.
I'm sure people will buy me things.
It's already happened to some degree.
I'm
So
very popular. So
I've already accumulated a certain bounty. So we'll see. See what the rest of the week brings. But free agency
it's free agency right now. I just want to say,
yeah.
I want to talk about myself for a second.
I really wish you wouldn't, but okay.
Okay. I've been trying not to use Twitter all the time, and so now that free agency's happening, I've lost the visceral experience of it, I think, and I'm just sort of I pulled up my phone. Let's see what's happening, and then I see what's happening. I go, oh, interesting, and then I go back to reading my lengthy Walt Disney book.
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to be impressed or something by any of this. But...
No, you're not. It's just I'm feeling a little disconnected from it is all.
Well, that's cool, I guess. I guess it's time to get you feeling a little more connected.
Yeah, woo. Shove that ass in my face. Time to take a big old huff of Woj's farts.
Well, the first thing that happens, not the first thing that happens, but the first big thing that happened yesterday is Kevin Durant.
Uh-huh. What happened?
Signed with the
Nets.
Nets.
Do? Oh, the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah.
The New Jersey
guys,
Nets?
Yeah. Well, they're the Brooklyn Nets now.
Okay. If you say so.
100%. That's where their stadium is. I don't know what you're trying to imply by pretending otherwise.
Just that spiritually they'll always be the New Jersey Nets. They can try to hide,
Oh, so spiritually they'll always be a team that has more finals appearances than yours in the last 20 years.
That's not true. Or in the last 20 years, I guess, but not in the franchise history.
I think it's probably even in franchise history.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know why you needed to be so rude about it, but okay.
Well, I'm just trying to put some respect on something that you're
okay.
poo-pooing.
Then I'm slandering the New Jersey. Okay, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, you're acting like it's some sort of unforgivable mediocrity when in fact, just sort of a
you know what? You're right.
Team
you're right, and I don't know why I was trashing on New Jersey. It's a wonderful state. You know what, John? You caught me. I apologize.
I did. I got you good.
To the people of New Jersey and to the Nets.
But so,
if anything,
Durant
the Brooklyn
goes there.
Nets are worse because because Brooklyn is Brooklyn. Ooh.
We don't have quite as much time to sort of spin a yarn over every possible detail today. So,
well, that's a shame. I guess that means we're not going to get to every free agent.
No, I'm making sure that we are going to get to all of them by stopping you.
That's interesting.
With this bullshit little sketch that you're trying to do.
It's just interesting that you think you're the host of the show. Anyway, continue.
You're just mapping out, the pointless mechanisms of your own psyche to a degree that's not necessary.
Okay.
We got
All right,
Kyrie
man.
Irving and DeAndre Jordan going to the Nets with Kevin Durant.
Uh-huh.
I gotta say, I'm not really that high on the overall picture with the Nets here.
Well, yeah, Durant's going to be out for a while.
Durant's going to be out for a year, and it's going to be like Kyrie running the show with DeAndre Jordan. Clearly, they signed
Yeah,
DeAndre
that team
Jordan
could be
because,
that team could be a real clusterfuck.
absolutely.
Yeah. DeAndre too. Interesting.
Like Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie, two awesome scoring guards, too, who are going to be like a little frustrated probably playing with Kyrie. And then Jared Allen.
How much is DeAndre making?
It's like 4 years, $40 million or something.
Oh, at 10, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not really the money I'm worried about, though. It's the DeAndre Jordan that I'm worried about.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he's washed at this point, and he kind of showed his ass last year. He's a bit of a prick.
Uh-huh.
And
I don't recall how he was a prick last year.
He was like almost getting into fights with his Mavericks teammates over like him being able to get rebounds that were meaningless.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, thank you.
And he was, he was on a 1-year deal. So, I mean, in retrospect, it seems possible that him and Durant and Kyrie, presumably too, always planned on playing together this next season, right? So, like, otherwise, why would he have signed a 1-year contract with the Mavericks? But it became pretty transparent that he was using the Mavericks like, hey, I'm just going to get my numbers this year to make sure I get my biggest possible contract. And they didn't appreciate that because they're trying to set a tone culturally with Luka Doncic. And, of course, when time came to trade somebody or something for Porzingis, they were happy to include DeAndre Jordan in the package.
All right, cool.
And the Nets happen to have a burgeoning young center, Jared Allen, whose development may or may not be stymied by the presence of DeAndre Jordan. I don't know.
Or it'll give him a hero's quest. You know,
Maybe yeah.
I have to slay DeAndre Jordan.
You know, I do have to give DeAndre Jordan respect for being in the 2-player category of NBA players who have spoken to me before I spoke to them.
Uh-huh.
Like they started the conversation.
Who's the other one?
For some reason, I'm having a hard time remembering his name, even though he was the head coach of the Phoenix Suns. Oh, Earl Watson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good, really nice guy.
Earl Watson?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He just
Kinda
wanted
feel
to talk to me about.
plumbing the depths of your psyche now, but okay.
It's not really a psyche. This is like an external event that occurred.
Oh, okay.
Something that actually happened. Something that actually happened.
Can we talk about the Knicks end of this for a second?
Of course we can.
Dolan's been telling the media that he didn't want to sign Durant to a max because of Durant's Achilles. That's a lie, right?
No, I don't think that's a lie.
Oh, I think that's a lie.
What do you think it's covering up?
I think that Durant just didn't want to sign. I think that Durant just decided the Nets were a better situation, and I think that Dolan is trying to project like a. Actually, I was being careful. So.
Well, I mean, we know the Knicks' history with giving a lot of money to guys whose health was questionable.
Yeah, bad, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't gonna. That doesn't mean that he didn't want to give a max to Durant.
I don't necessarily agree with you.
Okay, all right. I mean, when you say like you're presuming that Dolan is a entity that can be influenced by history.
I mean, I think that it's first of all, of course he is. He's not completely impervious to evidence, right? But also, I
guess.
I think he's doing a bit of false equivalence here, right? Because none of the guys they maxed out in the past were anywhere close to as good of a player as Kevin Durant, for starters.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even close. The best player that they did this with was, like, depending on what you think about people, Stoudemire or Carmelo, and that's just, not the same. Those guys are not anywhere near Kevin Durant.
Could you please say Amari's last name again?
Stoudemire.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you say it?
Stoudemire.
Great. It sounds like we said it the same way.
No, you said Stoudemire.
What did you say?
Stoudemire.
But no, you said it the same way. You're just trying to make something out of nothing here.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, they definitely should have just maxed out Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but okay.
But you don't think that was even an option?
Yes, I think that Durant decided that the Brooklyn was a better thing, and I think that Dolan is making shit up to cover his ass.
No, because I don't think that Kevin Durant I think maybe Kyrie was like, yeah, I want to go to Brooklyn. I could definitely see that. Mm-hmm. But Kevin would want the history franchise. Particularly at this moment in his career.
He would?
Yeah, for sure. Particularly at this moment in his career.
I don't quite know why Kevin would want the history franchise. The
savior narrative would be really helpful to him. But his injury obviously changed everything, so... Yeah. I can understand how that would push him toward the Nets. And I can understand. I think it's a lot of everything. I don't think it's one or the other in terms of why he went there instead of the Knicks. Like, I think that Dolan was definitely going to be gun shy. That makes sense to me, even though it's stupid.
I think he was going to be cum shy.
Cum shy?
Yeah. I think that Dolan has never shown himself to be a guy with restraint, and I think that he's just making this up to cover his ass. Anyway,
it could be. I don't know. But Kevin Durant in Game 5 of the Finals, before he tore his Achilles, he was just absolutely raining shit. Right? Like, he doesn't even. As soon as he did like a real quote unquote basketball move where he had to like change speed and get by somebody, obviously it was over. But he showed us that he can just dominate even without doing quote unquote real basketball moves. So I'm not worried about him aging well, and I'm not worried about him being great or not after the injury. I know that he will be, and this is not a guy you should overthink like that. I do think that I'm honestly probably more worried about the amount of concessions that the Nets may have made or might in the future be willing to make to Kevin Durant, like giving $40 million to one of his friends. And I'm not sure that they would want Kyrie Irving without Durant either. And yeah, I don't know how good the Nets are going to be next season without Durant. Like, they'll probably be about the same, honestly.
Maybe a little better.
Maybe a little?
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie is better than D'Angelo Russell.
Who's on the Warriors now?
Yeah. Sorry, were we moving on?
Well, what do you think about that?
I mean, I didn't know we were doing elegant transitions.
I know that you like to drum up a bunch of consternation about transitions, but I'm going to have to ask you to stop.
You're no fun today.
Like, the ball's moving. Let's follow it. Like, you're sitting on the floor. The ball's all the way down the court, and you're like, "Why? How did the ball get there? It's there, dude. Let's talk about it."
I think it's strange.
Clearly, it's strange.
That's the main thing I think I would say about it. We have friends, Dave Dufour specifically, and I think some other people who are like, the Warriors are only doing this so they can trade him.
Well, Mark Stein basically reported that today.
He did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I you don't have to act like I'm not part of that too. I thought that was what they were
doing.
Yeah,
sorry. I actually wasn't registering you when I was saying that. Why? Okay, so Stein reported this. Why do you think this?
I mean, it's obvious.
Oh, okay.
Like, getting something from the net, like doing a sign and trade Durant with the Nets, that's the only way they can get any value back on Durant, right? So they're limited to what the Nets are going to be able to offer. And what they had to offer is Russell. Is he a fit on the Warriors? No, not unless you really go galaxy brain with it. So he's just an asset, and they're going to move him for something that makes more sense.
Durant, but they also like gave up assets to make this happen.
Who did?
The Warriors. I guess Iguodala is probably value neutral, but they also gave up some future picks. Like,
apparently, Andre Iguodala has not made himself beloved within the Warriors organization in recent days because he's got this book coming out and this book tour, and he's just saying whatever he wants.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's not.
He has been
not positive about the organization. Also, he's going to be. Well, by the time they're ready to fight for a title again, he's not going to be good anymore. So.
Yeah, and this is the last year of his contract, I think, right?
Right, and they don't expect to fight for a title.
Yes.
I still think they could.
So yes, all right. I'm willing to say Iguodala is probably not really an asset right now, but he does have. But he's not so value. But he's not so invaluable that you needed to ship out picks to get rid of him. I don't think, except that you had to make cap space. Blah 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 blah.
It wasn't. Anyway. It was only one pick. It was only one.
It was two.
I think it was just one. And
it was like a 2020 something and a 2020 something else.
Right. Well, fuck picks. Who cares?
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. I guess I always say fuck picks, but but even to the point where you're using them to jettison salary, even Corbin has to be like, you sure about that? But then I guess they get Russell, and I guess the theory is that they're going to trade Russell for more assets. It seems a little galaxy brain to me, man. I don't know. Like,
it's not galaxy brain. It's what they have. It's the option that they have. Like, what is the alternative? What do they do instead that would be better?
There is one thing about this. This wouldn't make Russell's agent mad.
Who gives a fuck about that?
The team.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot that the organizational prerogative of the Golden State Warriors is to make D'Angelo Russell's agent happy.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not, but you know, if he's mad enough, even then they probably all did it with this understanding. Maybe they'll keep Russell, maybe they won't. All right, we get it. Okay. Feeling very bullied right now.
Well, I mean, it's a free agency. I know you're like, oh, mindfulness, Zen, meditation,
I don't do Zen meditation,
reading,
you weirdo.
Reading, being a better person. Like, fuck that, dude. Log on and get with this mean, like, news, fast-paced bullshit that is probably bad for me.
Oh, my God. Just like the other
Be a worse person. Be a worse person.
Like, the other day, I didn't have anything to do, and I was looking at my phone a bunch. I was just miserable. And the next day, I turned all my app blockers on all day. And I mostly just rode the bus out to somebody's house to go to an estate sale, and I just had a lovely day. And now you and everybody's like, get back in the fucking pit with us. Hey, get into the pit, you sloppy boy. It's what you deserve. Is the pit. I tell you, got Super Mario Maker.
I couldn't give less of a fuck, dude.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's a fun game.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in August when there's nothing going on.
Okay. All right.
What about, this is kind of a surprise development. The Damian Lillard and the Blazers agreed to a 4-year Supermax?
Not a surprise, really.
You weren't surprised by that?
No.
I know, I'm joking. I'm obviously joking.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know you were. Just that everything you said sounds like it is insincere, so...
$49 million a year for Damian Lillard.
Worth every penny, baby.
4 years, $196 million. I mean, that's true. He is.
Yeah, he's great. I don't care. Like what? Like what am I supposed to say here? Like, oh, I don't know about that. Probably should have taken a discount. Get the bag. I don't care.
Get the bag.
Yeah.
Are you of the mind that Damian Lillard is the best of his undersized scoring guard category?
He's not even that undersized, but
what is he, 6'1"?
no, he's 6'3".
I don't think he's 6'1".
He's taller than
No,
me.
he is not.
Yes,
he is not.
He's labeled 6'3".
Well, he's not 6'3".
Okay. I think I stood next to him and he's taller than me and I'm 6'2", so.
You're just making shit up right now.
I'm not making shit up right now.
Trying to find a picture of him and Kemba Walker standing next to each other.
He's
like
definitely taller than Kemba Walker.
I know that, but like not much.
Why are you trying to make Damian Lillard shorter?
What
does this give you? What does this like give you? Oh, because it makes me mad.
Yeah, that's mostly the reason.
Wow. Real mature, Wilmes.
He's like the same size as Chris Paul. I'm looking at a picture of them together right
He's
now.
taller than Chris Paul.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Sorry.
I know that you're going off of like it's like information that's been provided to you by this organization that you seem to work for some reason.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sending you a picture right now, and you can take a look at it. Okay. It's not like this guy's way taller.
Look at it. Go to hell. The only reason I'm annoyed with this Lillard signing is that Neil is clearly like, I'm not gonna look at it. I don't care. Is that maybe they have some other issues to deal with, and maybe Neil isn't dealing with those.
Probably they could have signed your boy Ed Davis back. They could have maybe signed
a bunch of. I said that, and then a bunch of people were like, "We don't have cap space," but they gave up Aminu, so they have some cap space.
I guess Bazemore's going to be the new.
No, Bazemore's going to be the new Harkless, which is to say, disappointing and frustrating.
What's Harkless? Is he going to be gone?
He's somewhere else. They traded Bazemore for Harkless. He's in Atlanta now.
No, they traded Turner for Bazemore. Come on.
Oh, shit. You're right. My bad.
How do I know more? How do I know more about this?
No, I guess Harkless is still on the team. Huh, weird.
What about Brooke and Robin Lopez together forever?
They don't fit together. Look, this is fine. It's fun. Tee-hee-hee. We're all having a good time. But, like, they play the same position, and Robin's good enough that he should play starters minutes.
I would like to see him on a contender I mean, he is on a contender, obviously. The Bucks are a contender, but not. It's a fit. You're right. The fit is weird. Obviously, he's not going to get that many minutes.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I guess if you are playing like we're going to reduce Brooks' minutes, and have two different looks that we're playing, maybe that could work. It seems like an odd fit, but you know what? Even as I'm saying this, a piece of me is like, I'm being too conventional in my thinking. Like, you can do different things with them, with either one of them at the pivot. Robin is also a good passer, and people don't, I don't know. I think it's a precarious fit, but I also think it could probably produce dividend. It's the precarious fit in the way where you're like, oh, this team has too many good players.
Right.
And
they're barely paying Robin anything.
Yeah, which is weird because he should still be able to make money, but
him and Brooke probably share a bank account or something.
Oh, damn. You think they fuck the same woman?
I mean, that has almost definitely happened.
Yeah. Wow, probably has.
I would be surprised to learn definitively that it hasn't, but wow. Could be just me. Could be just
what
me.
Like a lot of twins probably have sex with the same person at some point, right? Although maybe
I'm not willing to go that.
Although maybe twins are like constantly trying to assert their own identity, so they don't do that.
Here's a signing I don't like.
Okay. Well,
Harrison Barnes to the Kings, 4 years, $85 million. Why doing that? Come on.
okay, here's an opinion. Kings got to spend that cap space on something.
No, they don't.
They kind of do.
Why?
Because if they don't, then they don't hit the minimum.
Well, spend it on something better.
Like what?
Lots of different
Do
things.
you want to live in Sacramento?
As we go through this list, yeah. Oh no, I would really hate to live in Northern California for $20 million a year. Gee golly, how am I going to survive? As we go through this list, I'll say, hey, this is something they should have done instead, and there will be a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Bojan Bogdanovic, for instance, probably would be better fit for that money.
Where did
He's
Bojan
on
go?
The Jazz.
Utah's probably a nicer place to live than Sacramento.
I mean, it is. It's beautiful.
Also,
It's actually quite a
Utah
place to
is
live.
winning right now, and Sacramento is not. If you were going to choose between going to Utah or going to Sacramento, where would you go?
In terms of the teams,
Yeah.
I would choose the Kings.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I just told you that I would.
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
Okay. Well, I wasn't lying, actually.
Okay. Why would you go to the Kings instead of Utah?
You ever heard of De'Aaron Fox?
Oh, okay.
Have you just not heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of it. All right, okay. But the Jazz are already
Well, I'm a pretty big-
winning and stuff.
Yeah, I mean the Jazz are going to be pretty awesome next year, I think. But I really like De'Aaron Fox. I really like to play with him. I really like Buddy Hield. I just there's a lot of potential there. The Luke Walton thing has kind of got me feeling less positive, honestly.
You know the other
about
thing
that
about
organization.
the other thing about Barnes, I think, is that he doesn't get injured and he plays a lot of minutes. Right? He doesn't get injured, right?
He hasn't. Yeah, no, he hasn't had major injuries.
I suspect that there will be a point where you could convince a team that he was what they needed. You know what I mean?
Sure. J.J. Redick, 2 years, $26 million with the Pelicans.
Seems like a good idea for the Pelicans.
Well, yeah, J.J.'s got to start another family down in New Orleans.
Yeah. This is his dirty family.
His families were too close together geographically for a minute there, right?
This is Roundball
He's got
Rock's joke.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
I was
public
just
domain,
like you're just
actually.
like doing their joke right now. Like we can't have our own joke about JJ Redick.
I mean, that joke is based off of a real life event, right?
Is it?
Oh yeah, JJ Redick making a woman sign an abortion contract.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't he do that while he was at Duke? Am I crazy?
It could have been while he was at Duke. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that real life event has made it clear that JJ Redick has a tough time, keeping his seat where he wants
The
to
man
be.
loves jizzing.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Like if he was a general manager, he would always be trading real basketball players for like cap space and future draft picks because those are the jizz of NBA rosters.
They really are. They really
right?
are. No, I don't know if I think when you make the pick, that's the jizz. I think that when you get the pick, that's foreplay or not foreplay, but like
no, it's jizz.
hog tact.
And then
That's hog contact.
making the pick is ejaculation,
Yeah.
right? That's the ejection of the jizz, but the jizz itself is draft picks.
Okay. All right. I respect the metaphor now.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea for the Pelicans though, because their players could use space
Yeah,
and
spacing,
good professional habits. Blah 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 blah.
right? They need an older guy to
Also,
tell.
also, he already has the form for the abortion contract. So
Yes, he can give the blueprint. He can give the PDF format
hook him up with some
to
lawyers.
all of his teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Introduce them to some different lawyers and stuff. So
Yeah.
that'll be good. That'll be good for the team, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Who was the other vet that they signed? Derek Favors.
Mm-hmm.
Your reaction to Derek Favors just then is actually the appropriate reaction.
Oh, which is where I thought about him for a second, and then I went, uh-huh.
Yeah, friend of the program, Julian Rodriguez has suggested that.
Rest in peace, Julian.
Rest in peace. We miss you already.
Miss you.
But
hey,
it's
miss you till we're with you. What is it?
I don't know,
What's the rhyme?
Julian doesn't fucking matter. Julian has theorized that Derek Favors doesn't exist.
They're
close.
Show me the proof.
Yeah, the closer you look, the more he doesn't appear to be there.
Yeah.
So, can't really say much more about that signing. Chris Middleton gets the 5-year max with
That's
the Bucks.
a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of fucking money. And in doing so, they also sent Brogdon over to the Pacers, right?
Uh-huh.
And the very obvious piece of analysis that I'm going to spout right now is, well, maybe they shouldn't have renegotiated Bledsoe early.
Yeah, probably a bad idea. Also, because Bledsoe's not particularly good.
Right. He really struggled in the playoffs, and now Brogdon was somebody they were really leaning on as the Raptors were deconstructing them, and they won't be able to do that.
I will
again,
say this:
so.
Backup point guards are a dime a dozen, especially when you have another primary playmaker.
Brogdon's not a backup though.
Yeah, but there's somebody out there who you can use to get a fairly significant percentage of his production, if it comes to that.
Maybe. I don't think that financially they have that kind of flexibility, but we'll see. I'm very curious to see how things go with the Bucks because they're on #Giannis watch now.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Why can't every NBA player just be Damian Lillard, baby? Loyalty.
Oh yeah, loyalty, limited playoff effectiveness.
Go to fucking hell. They just made the conference finals, you dickhead.
Bad at rapping.
I don't think he's that bad.
It's pretty bad.
I had never heard him rap before. I had never heard him rap before I wrote that Daily Beast thing.
He's definitely better at rapping than he is as a basketball guy in the playoffs. Like, I will say that for him.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I want you to go to hell.
I'm still going to be alive for a while, but when I die, I'll see if it exists.
I want you to drink piss. I want you to drink warm carbonated piss.
It's actually, I think that's kind of good for you, so I might.
I want you to go out for your birthday tonight, and I want your friends to say, "We got you a gift," and then I want them to shit in your mouth.
No, none of my friends are going to do that.
Yeah, probably not.
So the Chicago Bulls signed Thaddeus Young.
And another Derek Favors.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, come on.
Come on, what?
Oh, yeah, Thaddeus Young exists. Okay, buddy.
He definitely does.
All right, whatever. Say what's all right, cool.
I'm happy about it.
Legendary mediocre 76er Thaddeus Young.
That's not even who he last played for.
I know. Who did he last? I don't even know. New Orleans?
He was on the Pacers.
Oh, yeah, that tracks.
He's a good player. He's going to be really good for them.
Cool. Great.
I'm happy about it. And this morning they also signed Thomas Satoransky.
Fun.
Which I'm also happy about.
Fun.
Listen, this Bulls roster is coming around. I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
35 games, baby.
They'll play 82.
They all play 82, John.
Yeah, I don't know why you use the number 35 then.
Oh, that 35 wins?
Oh, yeah, that's like the low end for them. I think that they should definitely be able to get there. High end, closer to, mid 40s. So I'm excited.
For sure.
Yeah, it's great. It'll be outstanding. Can't wait. Anyway, yep, the Magic re-signed
I want to take
Terrence
a second
Ross.
to talk about something else that came up.
Oh, God, what?
We were talking... Okay. Can we talk about Kemba for a second?
Yeah, he's on the Celtics now.
Okay, he's on the Celtics now because Michael Jordan would not max him.
Right.
I think there's a lot of people who are I think there's a lot of people who are like, well, Michael Jordan, but I'm kind of like, yeah, why should he? Kemba's not that good.
Oh, it's absolutely the right move.
Yeah.
I think that Kemba is worth the max to the Celtics, right?
I think he's worth that max, kinda.
Right.
But he's not worth the one that Charlotte could give him.
Exactly. He's not worth the max in a quote unquote in a vacuum, right? Like he is situationally and conditionally. Like he's right. It's no insult to him. He's pretty awesome, but like that's where he is.
They should figure
that's
out.
What type of play.
I have here's an idea for. Okay. Those contracts, the supermaxes, they should count on your cap sheet as regular maxes. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Makes sense.
Anyway, I mean, what the purpose of the salary cap is really contentious because teams always insist that it's about competitive balance, and anybody who's even a little bit cynical is always like, yeah, it's probably so they don't have to spend so much money. So the thing I'm suggesting would not preclude them spending money, but it would help competitive balance. So anyway, whatever.
I mean, Michael Jordan's decision about Kemba is, if you actually think about it, the correct decision.
Yeah,
it's not even.
I agree.
It's not really even debatable.
I agree.
But
it's not like
hand,
it's not like the Hornets were kicking down doors this year.
Not at all. And obviously there's a certain amount of regret that they didn't just trade him before the deadline, but whatever. It's also just really funny to, on the other hand, the less critical and analytical hand, to just be like, hey, Michael Jordan didn't want to pay somebody.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Also, like, the joke I made was that Michael Jordan's like, I'm going to max a guy who's not Michael Jordan.
Right. Would he max Scottie Pippen?
Now, okay. So you asked this. I need some context here.
Sure.
Is Scottie Pippen Kemba Walker, or is Scottie Pippen the Scottie Pippen who played with Michael Jordan?
I mean, he's obviously. I'm talking about Scottie Pippen, not some theoretical Scottie Pippen.
Okay, not a theoretical modern Scottie Pippen who's on the Hornets.
No, he's Scottie Pippen.
No, he's Scottie Pippen on the Bulls.
Yeah.
When Jordan played with him.
Yes.
Okay. No, absolutely not.
Wow, cold. Cold. Hey, what about Ricky Rubio? 3 years, $51 million.
At the very least, Jordan would have structured Scottie Pippen's contract so that he made one less dollar than Michael Jordan.
Rubio to the Suns.
Weird, very weird.
Makes no fucking sense.
None, zero.
Nothing that the Suns have done for like nearly a decade has made any sense.
How much is Rubio making there?
51 over 3 years.
So that's like 17 per.
17 a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe I did that in my head. Weird. Super weird. I guess Rubio's not making that much money. really.
I think he'll make them better. Actually.
Yeah, he's good. He might even...
He's good, and he's probably what they need. Actually, I'm talking myself into it. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely like a grown-up.
He's a grown-up, and he's a pass-first guy, and they have a lot of young guys who don't know how to pass and play with
although
each other.
Devin Booker might just be, he
might just be
a
like
lost
that.
cause.
I mean, he's not a lost cause if he plays alongside a manager, right? Which is what Rubio can be.
Yeah, I guess that's the idea. I think that also Rubio plays defense really well, and maybe another thing is like maybe some of this can fucking rub off on Booker.
Maybe some of it can fucking rub off.
Excuse me.
That's a weird one.
Excuse me.
Bless you. So the Pacers got Brogdon, and now they got TJ Warren on draft night, and they have Jeremy Lamb, who they signed.
Congrats to TJ Warren on being the only active player traded on draft night.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So they lost basically Bojan and Tyreek Evans, who's going to be out of the league for a year. Drug policy.
Oh, I forgot about that. Was Tyreek doing real drugs or?
Yeah, it's kind of a sad story.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. Well, and Darren Collison, they lost to retirement.
Weird.
Weird, right?
I mean, I guess I have to respect it.
Jehovah's Witness retirement.
Yeah.
So Darren Collison is one of these guys who has definitely had domestic abuse charges put against him, and for some reason they just don't stick. It just doesn't really come up when people mention him. So I'm just going to mention that right now.
Okay.
Rodney Hood, 2-year deal, Portland Blazers.
Sure. How much is he making? I didn't even know that.
16 over 2 years.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, whatever. Cool. So they're not paying him very much. Great.
So
it's a bit
Sixers,
of a gamble. It's a bit of a gamble. He was pretty good for them, but like, sometimes Rodney's good and sometimes he's not. So we'll see what happens.
We sure will. The Sixers have re-signed Tobias Harris to essentially a max. I guess it's $10 million less than what his max would have been.
Like over the course of the contract, or
yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And they also traded technically. I guess that technically still hasn't happened, but they're going to be trading him, Jimmy Butler, to the Heat for Josh Richardson, and they also signed Al Horford. What do you think about the new Sixers roster?
I'm not sure that Horford's a good idea.
I like it.
Why?
Well, he plays great defense.
Okay.
He can shoot.
Okay.
He is maybe the best guy you could possibly have culture-wise.
All right.
He's very crafty.
Can he play the 4 next to Embiid? Like, isn't that lineup just going to get run to hell?
Maybe. I mean, you have Simmons and Richardson who can run for sure.
God, that's huge. There's so many big, so you're telling me that there's going to be
really big people.
There's never going to, how are they going to run out of line? Okay. Their 4 highest played players are, I presume,
so what you're worried about is that they're going to have too big of a physical advantage over their opponents.
Except that it's not a physical advantage when you're too slow, man.
I don't think they'll be too slow.
Why don't you think that? Also, the other thing is that why are the Sixers doing everything in their fucking power to make sure Simmons doesn't play power forward?
Why would he play power forward?
Because he's huge. And because it creates obvious and apparent mismatches.
Him playing power forward?
Yes.
Why would that be the case?
Because he's huge. And you can create mismatches with a skilled huge guy.
You realize how
Are you
wrong
familiar
you are
with LeBron James, John?
I just don't understand how you could be this wrong.
I'm not. All right, whatever.
this confident and wrong. I mean, he creates mismatches playing in the backcourt and on the wing.
Okay.
At power forward, that's like he's normal size for that position.
Yes, but he's normal size, but also extraordinarily skilled.
Okay. I don't understand. It doesn't. This like positional obsession is really driving you into some galaxy brain over analysis right now.
All right, whatever.
Like,
You are a gaslighter on the topic of Simmons.
no, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're just like, he's fine. Everything's fine. He's perfect.
That's not what I
Who
said.
cares?
That's not what I said.
Okay. All right.
I am going to push back on fundamental misunderstandings of him and of basketball at large, for sure.
Right.
But that's not the same thing as saying everything's fine. He has to take a pretty big step this season.
Yeah,
it's
for
gonna
sure.
It's going to be a dark time if he doesn't, honestly. I like how you have warped your misunderstanding of some very basic things into, oh my God, John's making some insane rant right now.
Why couldn't we just talk about the Disney book, John?
I have literally no idea what you're talking about.
I'm reading the long book. Okay, whatever.
Why should I care about that?
I guess you shouldn't.
Well, it's good news. I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Great. I'm happy.
Sixers also brought back Mike
But
Scott.
like Harris too. Like what? What's this? What's this big
I'm
man
not high
rotation?
on the Harris thing.
Man.
I'm not high on the Harris.
Okay, so they have 3 players who could theoretically play power forward at any given time. And whatever,
Yes.
positions aren't real, but okay, I know positions aren't real. Let's just say the big forward.
I mean, it just gets into like, if I'm really to like put the microscope over what you're saying, like, what does that mean? Like, Ben Simmons playing power forward? No, like on offense, he's not going to play power forward. That's silly. He's a playmaker. He's going to play point guard. That's what's going to happen.
But he's okay. All right.
But he's what?
Nothing. You don't think that there would be some advantage to sticking him in a small lineup at 4?
Oh yeah, absolutely there is, and they can do that in like transitional points of the game, like back half of the third quarter, stuff like that.
Okay, but then what? But then who do they play him with then?
By the way, I don't expect Brett Brown to realize this because he really hasn't that much over time. How to stagger Simmons with an Embiid and stuff like that.
There's just so many big men who make a lot of money on that team.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you say big men, capital B, capital M, that's kind of a misportrayal. They're two, right? It's Horford and Embiid.
What?
Those are like.
What about Harris? I mean, Harris is large.
Harris is a wing. He's wing. He's a big guy. He's a big wing, and his physical size is an advantage for them.
All right.
That's actually like the biggest advantage. He's a buckets guy too. He can get buckets. He couldn't do it in the playoffs last year, but I think that the sort of hierarchy and role designation on that Sixers team was a little murky, to be honest, and that's why they wanted to move on from Jimmy Butler.
All right. I mean, also, working with Butler seems like it's a fucking nightmare. So
it does seem like it's a bit of a nightmare, but Jimmy Butler in Miami, baby.
but Jimmy Butler,
Destiny.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, look, I don't know. Look, if Jimmy's gonna work anywhere, it's playing with the man who is his daddy.
Yeah, they got to do a paternity test.
Yeah,
listen. I understand the colors of skin that these guys respectively have.
Finally, Jimmy has somebody to talk about how much he hates Fortnite with.
Man, imagine Pat Riley's reaction to Fortnite.
Ugh, can you even?
Can you imagine what Pat Riley would do with Wiggins?
He would be frustrated because he wouldn't be able to get him in better shape.
He would literally kill him.
Yeah, he would just be like, we need to get him in the gym, and then they would get him in the gym, and nothing would change, and then Pat would lose his mind.
He would just make him practice so much.
Yeah.
Pat Riley loves practice.
Loves practice. Loves it.
When that report came out,
is talking about practice.
When that report came out, when Butler was forcing his way out of Minnesota and just going insane at practice.
Yeah.
Pat Riley saw that report and started furiously masturbating.
Yeah. He was hand on hog fucking immediately. He was like, wait a minute. This guy is a monumental asshole in practice? What?
Yeah, he fucking loved it. So, probably the most Spurs possible signing, which I didn't even know about until right now, Tamari Carroll. Classic.
Yeah, goddamn. But you know what? Big respect for this signing.
You know, they also re-signed Rudy Gay. Also classic.
All right. I do think it's funny that they turned him into a Spurs player.
It's incredible. I love it.
Yeah, because he tore his Achilles.
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it, per se.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles, and then Greg was like, finally, he has what we need. Moderate athleticism. Yum, 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 yum.
So the Knicks have signed, now they're throwing their money around at Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Taj Gibson, Wayne Ellington.
Taj Gibson?
Yeah.
Oof.
What's that? What is the woof about?
I mean, he's good, but like...
why there? Right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, part of the reason you sign people is so that you can trade them. It's, like if it comes to that.
Here's the thing. He's from Brooklyn.
Taj Gibson?
Yeah, and he has enough pride about it that he wore a weird number just to like give shouts to his neighborhood.
Okay, cool, great.
So maybe that's part of why he wanted to go there. I don't understand why they would want him. Unless
you know why? Because they gotta pay somebody.
He's so obviously a guy that you want on a contending team or to like nurture a young core, which the Knicks don't even really have a young core.
They don't. They just don't have anyone.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking forward to watching the Knicks just because of how no one they have.
How random they're going to be.
Yeah, how random.
So random.
They are a random team.
Yeah, they're just like, their roster is going to be similar to like when you redraft the whole league in NBA 2K and you just look at some of these rosters and you're like, what? Like, that's what their real life roster is going to be like next year. And it's those who attempt optimism toward the Knicks, which is really quite brave of you at this point, but those who attempt
you're a hero. You're a hero.
They are kind of saying like, oh well, they're doing asset plays now. These are all guys who are going to be on relatively short contracts, who other teams are going to be interested in trading for.
Yeah, but come on.
Are they going to come on? Yes, they will. You know what? They will trade all of them, and you know what they'll get back? Nothing useful.
Like
every single time.
Yeah, like a bag of dog shit. Or...
What did they get back for Porzingis? Can you even tell me?
Not off the top of my head.
I like already kind of forgot. I know that part of it was DeAndre Jordan, who's gone already, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Dennis Smith Jr.
Oh, you know what? Dennis Smith Jr. is good.
He could be.
Okay.
He definitely dunk. He's definitely got that wood between his legs. But
what?
That was his tweet, right? Yeah.
That was him?
Tweet. Think so.
I guess Lauren was somebody else. All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Probably the second greatest weird athlete sex brag tweet, right?
The first being Mitch Trubisky loved to kiss titties.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, it's third, because remember the Ray Allen, imagine me alternating between fucking you and licking your clit tweet?
Oh, yeah. That was... I didn't know about that until recently.
When we talked about it on the show?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what?
What? It's good to know you listen to episodes you're not on.
I don't even know if I listened to that, honestly. But wow. I knew that I learned about that recently. So,
couldn't have just acted like you did.
Lots of different stuff going on here. We got some questions, though, that we should probably get to.
We do?
Yeah, because we were going to record last night before we had some technical difficulties, but now we have now we have the
We
questions
could not
are still
record
here.
last night because I was moving things onto a portable hard drive.
Lewis Keynes asks, how will the raw virility of Mike Conley be reconciled with the small market energy of the Jazz? It
Goodly.
will
Good.
be reconciled goodly.
Yeah, good. It'll be good. What?
You don't think he's too sexually potent for that fan base?
I don't. Do we think Mike Conley's sexually potent?
Let's do a Google image search here.
I'm handsome, but I don't like. So he's got so many smiles in his heart.
But oh yeah, sexuality and smiles are fundamentally irreconcilable. You're right.
Oh yeah. Oh, because all the smiling you do while fucking. Imagine if you were fucking a lady and you were like, "Ha ha, yes, I'm having such a good time."
I think that's pretty common behavior, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fun. People mostly have intercourse because of its
sex is fun.
because of its fun nature.
Fucking whatever.
But the jazz fan base is kind of not fun. Right?
No, they're not. They're grouchy.
They're really like grouchy and petty and overanalyzing and just they like have a different Waterloo on Twitter every day.
They do. It's true. But I think Mike Conley's a really good Waterloo for them because you get to be like, he didn't make the All-Star team again. Like you get to take all that grievance.
I forgot about that.
Like Mike Conley has so much is like he's cool with it. It seems like Mike Conley's fine with having not made an All-Star team, but he gets to. But like he has like a decade of grievance to bring with him to the Jazz.
And Mike Conley's not going to make the All-Star team next year.
No, probably not. There's a lot of really good guards in the West. It's cool. I mean, he's still excellent. Don't get me wrong, but like,
oh yeah, he's excellent. I think the Jazz. Listen, the Jazz next year have the strongest potential that I think perhaps maybe I've ever seen to have a team with no All-Stars that makes it to the finals. Seriously though, they do.
I'm with you.
But that's going to be
the Jazz are only trafficking. The Jazz are an organization that is like, we only want all-star snubs on our team.
Yeah, it's really kind of beautiful how devoted to that they are.
Yeah.
Spike Friedman asks, which NBA coach should Antifa target?
Oh shit. Well, Brad.
Yeah, Brad Stevens, obviously.
Yeah.
He's a symbol of, willingly or not, he's definitely a symbol of white patriarchy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, just sort of like blowing air into a mediocre man to the point that people perceive him as
he were a god. To say things as like, would you rather have Brad Stevens or LeBron?
Yeah. Though that was a sincere question asked by an actual journalist. So,
yeah.
Antifa noticed for sure.
Yeah.
Brad. Commie Orange.
Who?
Commie Orange at Oscar_Wilden asks, which fan base is most envious of the roster the Mavs are putting together? I mean, I think we have our answer.
Do we? Who is it?
The Jazz.
Oh, because what? Sorry, why?
This is a very white roster.
Oh, okay.
Which, it's not clear who's actually going to the Mavericks now in this whole multi-team trade scenario. For a moment, it looked as though Goran Dragic was going there.
Uh-huh.
But I think that even so, like, still, that, like, Kelly Olynyk is going to be going there. Like, there's just absolutely no way that Cuban is bringing in any non-whites at this point.
Oh, okay.
He's definitely crossed over into let's have a white team territory. It's not quite
when Brad gets fired. Get the fuck out of here, Rick.
It's not quite as blatant as like the 2012, 2013 Timberwolves, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Are you worried about Bazemore converting? This is a question from @BenThrifty,
Mm-hmm.
friend of the program.
Mm-hmm. Francis Adu
It's a
Jr.
question. It's a question for you, basically.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
worried about Bazemore converting Anthony Simons into Magadom with him?
Wait, is Bazemore a MAGA guy?
Apparently.
I haven't heard this.
Well, maybe.
Boy,
maybe,
I gotta say, if Bazemore's a MAGA guy, that's gonna be very bad for him in Portland, Oregon.
Okay, yeah. Well, Francis is showing this report. The title says Kent Bazemore has a different opinion than Stephen Curry on Donald Trump. And yeah,
What does Bazemore say?
he said that's kind of what my thoughts were when he won the presidency. Bazemore said, "Have a businessman in office because that's the way the world's trending."
Okay. He's just, you know.
I think that's more dumb guy energy.
Yeah, yeah. You hate to, yeah. It's not to say that Bazemore's
Definitely
dumb.
dumb
It's
guy
just
energy.
that's like, yeah, it's like a dumb guy thing to say.
Yeah, I don't necessarily dub him MAGA for that reason. I've actually encountered a lot of people who are fundamentally not MAGA who say shit like that for sure. They're like, "Oh, businessman though, that's smart, that's good."
Yeah,
You know.
Trump's a crummy businessman.
Right? It's just dumb.
He's
guy
a
energy.
grifter. Is the thing he's
So-
good at.
I'm not saying that Ken Bazemore is not MAGA, but that's not proof that he is. That's for sure. Who's the next Darren Collison? Johnny @Johnny_G_B asks, who's the next Darren Collison? Active NBA player whose faith will be too strong to be suppressed by basketball.
Jimmy Butler,
What's-
and the faith is Satanism.
Satanism. In the same state we have Jonathan Isaac on the Magic, who's tries to tell his teammates not to fuck or whatever.
Oh yeah. Was he the one who said, "Come see me preach," and nobody came?
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that was him.
got him.
So he's sort of like an AC Green for his own era.
Yeah.
But not on.
AC
Literally
Green. You know
don't
what?
think
AC Green tries to act like he didn't fuck. He was doing Giamatti shit.
You think so? You think he was getting his ass beat?
Yeah. Hit
Hit me.
getting piss in his mouth.
You think that AC Green watched First Reformed?
I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not. Right?
Why do you ask?
Probably not. Because I don't know. It's a movie about a man struggling with his faith.
That's
all.
I don't think AC Green struggles with his faith so much.
Okay.
I watched
fair enough.
this scene in Billions where Giamatti gets in front of the press and says, "I'm a bad boy and I like to be punished."
You watched that scene.
Yeah, and
What'd you think about it? What'd you think?
so he just didn't give his wife any heads up on that, or
No, none.
okay, because like part of the thing was that like,
You think he played that wrong? Sounds like you think he played that one wrong.
well, yeah. I mean, it sounds like in the context of the show that he was going to get exposed anyway, and that owning it was probably the best move he could have made.
Mm-hmm.
But
Tell your wife.
yeah, tell your wife, be like, hey, I gotta take this fucking bull by the horns. You know?
Yeah. Good. I'm glad that you came in with some month late Billions analysis.
Thanks.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When they were cutting to Taylor Mason during that, was that just like, well, Taylor's also a character on the show, or did that affect them in some way?
Yeah. We don't actually have to talk about this anymore.
Oh, well, okay, cool, great.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're thinking about it, though.
You're glad
And,
I'm thinking about Billions.
Yeah, I'm glad that that's
John,
part
do you
of your
watch
life
Schitt's
now, for sure.
Creek?
What?
Do you watch Schitt's Creek?
No, I've never seen it.
Okay. Catherine O'Hara's performance in Schitt's Creek is like the most gonzo shit I've ever seen on TV.
It's coming out now that Durant and Kyrie had plans to play together since before last season.
Cool, I guess.
It adds up.
Yeah.
It adds
It's a
up.
little
for
weird
sure.
that, I mean, look, I'm just going to throw this out here about Steph Curry. Maybe playing with him sucks.
It might. It might suck playing with him in a similar way that it sucks playing with LeBron. Because of the way everything gets covered.
Yeah, because you eat all the blame.
You eat all the blame.
Even though this guy can't
Kevin
seem
Durant,
to win a fucking Finals MVP.
Yeah, Kevin Durant dragged Steph Curry to 2 championships.
Yeah. But
which is more than he won without Kevin.
Every time something went wrong, it was his fault.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think, we obviously don't know this. This is hypothetical, but how many championships does this Warriors era get without Kevin Durant, right? Because they only won 1 without him. They came very close to a second. And then with Kevin Durant, I mean, he obviously just took over in the finals twice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
So,
but who gets to be the golden boy?
Who gets to be the golden boy? It's always Steph, right? Even when Kevin Durant was dominating the finals and was very clearly the finals MVP, he never was the golden boy. Nobody ever gave him the golden boy hat.
that famous,
Nobody ever gave him
yeah.
the golden diaper. He never got it.
But also, like, I don't know. Like, Iguodala has been saying, like, yeah, guys don't like Steph in the league.
Right. Which is true.
Yeah, it's true. I think we almost know it right now. And I think that maybe we've put a lot of weird class stuff on that. But what if Steph, what if he's just, like, not a fun person to be around?
I think it's distinctly possible.
Like, what if they just hang out with Steph and they're like, wow, this guy sucks?
Well, it was weird. When he won his first MVP, like, we always have this conception of him as, like, a really good guy. And I'm not saying he isn't. I don't really know what he's like.
Yeah.
But, like, his acceptance speech was, like, a little smug. And his mentality was kind of like, everybody doubted me and, like, ha, who's laughing now? As opposed to being, like, Kevin Durant winning an MVP and literally crying and talking about his mom.
Yeah.
Those are different ways to react to winning an MVP.
Or LeBron. What did LeBron do when he won MVPs? I forget.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I think that Steph might be. He just has like and this is what makes him so great. Probably a very sharp edge to him that we don't really see that often.
Yeah.
Right. And it's very competitive and it's very kind of mean, honestly. And I don't think he's like a mean person interpersonally per se, but I could imagine that he doesn't give off quite the benevolent vibe that it seems that he might.
Yeah, because like a lot of these dudes have played on the Olympics team with him. Like, you don't think maybe they've done that and thought like, wow, can I do literally anything to not hang out with this guy anymore?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Clay doesn't feel that way, obviously.
Yeah, Clay seems like he gets along with literally everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that you can't be overstated how special the chemistry is between Curry, Clay, and Draymond, and that's.
Although, when we're talking about who's a guy who seems to like playing with Curry and respects him 100%.
No one, probably.
Well, Draymond.
Draymond,
yeah,
yes, just Draymond.
I want to make this clear. Wonderful basketball player. Monumental prick.
Yeah. That's what makes him, big part of what makes him so great.
Yeah. But, like, there's been, like, one guy who's enjoyed playing with Steph a lot, and he's a huge dick.
Yeah. I think that those two have an asshole bond together for sure.
Yeah.
And that Clay just sort of exists on his own continuum, I think.
Yeah.
But basketball-wise, perfect fit with those guys.
Yeah, I think that Clay. I think that Clay is equanimous.
yeah, I think that he just.
And I think that Durant
was a lot,
is not equanimous. And that playing with Curry was fucking annoying because he could never get credit, and B, like, really, this fucking guy, this is the guy that everybody, worships like he's their baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's
not their baby though. It's like, man, you guys aren't even related to him.
No.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good roundup for today, I think, Corbin.
All right.
We still got some Kawhi Leonard news coming at some point. Who knows what that's going to be?
Yeah. Didn't drop during the pod.
No, that would have been crazy.
I guess who knows what that's going to be.
He's doing the whole process. He's going to take all these meetings and
yeah.
I think he probably might be genuinely conflicted about what he's going to do, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. I think that at the beginning of last year, he was like, I'm going to do this for a year and I'm going to be out. But then he won a title.
And now I can't really see him going to the Clippers at this point. I guess he still could, but I would have really expected them to have, been in the running for another star maybe if he was going to go there.
Butler was the idea there, right?
Right.
Yeah, but
Butler never wanted to play with another star. That's kind of obvious.
What does Jimmy want?
I think he got exactly what he wants.
Asshole daddy.
Yeah, I think he would have rather had that in Chicago or LA, ideally. But he'll take Miami for sure.
Does Jimmy like to party?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and Jimmy loves Chicago. I think he's here right now, actually, or he was recently. He still comes through a lot, and so there was a certain amount of speculation that he might come back. None of it was very realistic.
Yeah,
but
the only problem, he probably would have if the Bulls weren't dog shit.
I don't think that was the issue. I think he would have rather had them be worse, honestly, because he could come in and just be like, "Hey, you guys tried to build something without me and it didn't work, huh? Can I come back and you build around me again?" And the Bulls were out on Jimmy Butler. It wasn't like he didn't force his way out.
I'm about to say something really heinous about Jimmy Butler.
Huh.
Someday he's going to get a career-ending injury.
Oof.
And a lot of people in the NBA are going to have a little smile.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's probably true. But yeah, both the Bulls and Sixers seem to come to kind of the same conclusion, where it's like we don't really want to go forward with this. Yeah. As good as he is, we don't want to do this. And, sadly, the team that he forced his way off of was more than willing to work with this bullshit. And I think the Heat will also be willing to work with them. So
yeah,
I think it'll be fun to watch. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how fun the basketball will be to watch.
No, it's going to be heinous. I'm not going to watch that fucking team.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler and Hassan Whiteside. Can't wait.
Oh, God. I forgot about Hassan. How is Jimmy even going to feel about Hassan Whiteside?
Fuck, Seth Curry just signed with the Mavericks.
Weird.
4 years, $32 million. I was really hoping that he would go to Philadelphia.
That's $8 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. We didn't talk about Hazonia to the Blazers.
You stoked for it?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm ready to think that this is going to be the year.
It'll be like Stauskas, though.
I don't like people comparing him to Stauskas. He's nothing like Stauskas.
I know. I just said that because I knew that you were going to react that way.
Wow. Oh, old puppet master Wilmes over here.
It's me, baby.
There's a helicopter flying by my house.
Wait, what's going on?
It's a helicopter.
Did the Blazers? Holy shit! You didn't see this, did you?
I don't think I did. What's going on?
The Blazers just traded for Hassan Whiteside.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. And guess what? Myers Leonard is gone.
Hold on. Can you spell out the details of this trade for me?
Yeah, Adrian Wojnarowski, 17 minutes ago. Miami is finalizing a trade.
Oh my god. Okay, go ahead.
Miami is finalizing a trade to send center Hassan Whiteside to Portland for Mo Harkless and Myers Leonard.
Okay.
So you got Whiteside.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it either.
But he's bad. Boy, that's like the one guy you could have traded Myers for that I would make me go, what? Why? I mean, congrats to Myers. He's gonna really, his Instagram is really gonna thrive in Miami. But
oh my god, it's gonna be incredible.
yeah.
Wow. Oh, dude, Myers and Jimmy Butler. Wow.
Yeah.
No,
well, I mean, Myers. Guess who loves Fortnite though?
Myers.
Yeah. Like he has a Fortnite jersey you can buy.
Hassan Whiteside is in.
It is almost like the Blazers traded him to the team where he would be punished most for enjoying Fortnite.
Hassan Whiteside is in that rare category of players who I would describe as incredible basketball player, not good at basketball.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm with you. He sorry, he only has 1 year left, right?
I think that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not as bad.
He's a transitional wait for Nurkic to get healthy.
Yeah. That's the idea, I think, is like, hey, maybe we can use him to shore up the defense while Nurkic is gone, except that he's not a good defender.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he's a good shot blocker. He's got the highlight reel.
Yeah, but defenses aren't good when he plays.
No, they actually aren't.
Huh.
He's probably better than what they were going to have, though.
Yeah. There's very fringe argument to be made that Myers is better than him.
Or Zach Collins.
I think there's a pretty profound argument to be made that Zach Collins is better than him.
Yeah, no, I know. Now that I remember that Zach Collins exists, I like this trade less.
I wanted them to trade for Kevin Love.
They still could, maybe.
Like they could trade Whiteside for Kevin Love.
The main thing, I think that this is a win for their near future flexibility, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I guess he comes off the books. Yeah. I guess the idea... Man, Neil has such bad taste, though. Like, if the idea is like, okay, we can have this guy, he can do the Nurkic stuff before Nurkic comes back.
Right.
The only problem is that he can't really do the Nurkic stuff. He's not, like, good.
No, he can't. He doesn't have that sense of,
also,
design Nurkic has.
Huge dick. I mean, I guess it's nice that the Blazers finally have a dick on the roster. Again.
Yeah, I think that you might come to like him, actually.
Yeah, I don't
for the same reasons that you like watching Eastbound and Down, for instance.
Yeah, he's definitely NBA Kenny Powers.
He's definitely got that energy. All right, it's
basketball wise, it's not a good idea though. Okay,
it's time to leave. We'll talk soon.
All right, bye, mommy.